Hi everyone, this is week 5. I'm learning about stewardship, and the bottom line for this week is live like you know what really matters. And I suggest recommend that everyone reads this before tomorrow. And we will be learning about real treasures of heaven, and we will be playing activity number 1, priority position. And I'm going to switch over here, and I am using this template that Obok Tetsusan made for us during the teacher's retreat. And this template sort of helped me organize what I want my kids to get out at the end of the lesson. And I just wrote 3 things. I really want my students to identify what they think is important in their lives. And then afterwards, distinguish between worldly priorities and God's priorities. And then the last one, learn to make choices by asking what really matters, or asking what would Jesus do. So this is just the duration, the task, and the materials. And if I switch over here, these are the materials. Each of you guys will be getting 20 cups. So I'm assuming 2 cups per child. And if you have less, maybe you can do as a group activity to make sure that you have no less than 20 cups as a whole activity for the game. So I would open the game by asking kids, let's think about what is important in your life. What are some priorities in your life right now? What really matters right now? And maybe some of them would say, you know what, Miss Kim, I think getting good grades is really important for me. Study, 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 study. I'm like, okay. And maybe they can share buying the latest, the Nike tennis shoes that came out. Maybe that's important to some of the boys. Maybe some of them want the new iPhone. Okay. And maybe those athletic children, maybe they want to be the best athletic person, best soccer player, best baseball player, best swimmer in their school or town, or wherever they are. So these are some of the responses that you would do together with your group, and then you will give each of them 1 or 2 post-its for them to do their own. Okay, think about what is important in your life, and write that down on a post-it. And afterward, you would ask children to sort of tape it onto the cup. So I'm going to do that right now. So after kids are done, maybe you want to ask kids to go around and share what they wrote. Like, oh, I wrote this. I wrote be the best athletic person in my school, and share so you can hear out what everyone is saying. And then, at this time, you tell them, there are a lot of things that are important in our life. And I'm just using this part right here. There are a lot of things that are important in our lives when we don't even think and we realize it. Maybe you want to get that good grade. And maybe you want to study and study. And maybe the math test that you're studying for is that Monday. And you were busy all week. So you decide to stay at home on a Sunday and study instead of going to church. Is that something that God really wants? Or maybe, I understand that new Nike shoes is really cool. It's that $110. But, you have plenty of other shoes. How can you use that money elsewhere? Do you have a friend? Do you have a place that you could use that money someplace else to help others, to help the community, to help someone who's in need? So that's the concept that we want to give. What can you do? Okay, and so this is a good time for you to share. We want to live like what really matters. Because what we do now is, we want to serve God and store up treasures that last forever up in heaven. So things that we do on this earth, really, it does matter, but the most important part is up in heaven. And you can refer it back to over here, right? If we put living God's way first, which is this, you show them this, all of our priorities will fall into place. Okay, so basically this game is, we tell them this is what God wants to do. However, many times our other priorities tend to go first, putting God less and less priority, right? So we want to show that this is our lives, right? This is our life. We forget what really matters and we put things that are not really important first. So the game of this is you're going to put the timer and you are going to try to see if we can put all these things bottom and really put God's what really matters first, way on the top, like this. And then you time it and stop the timer. And basically you want to beat the timer. So go around. If someone did it for 48 seconds, the next person's goal is to beat 48 seconds. Okay, or you can do who can do it less than a minute. But I've tried it, you can do it faster than a minute. So I think it's better if children can compete with one another to beat the time. Okay, I think that's it.
Bye.
Have fun, and this is really fun. It's a fun game. So have lots of conversation with your kids. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. See you guys all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.